Hi, it's Jenny. It's time to wrap up the reading in October. So here is my reading. So as far as I can see, I've read 1, 2, 3, 4. I finished 5 books in October, but the problem is that 4 of them only exist in Swedish, so I won't be talking too much about them because unfortunately most of you can't read them. Sorry about that. First off, there was a readathon at the beginning of October. I think it was between the 1st and the 8th of October. It was the Ribset round 3. During that one I read this book. It's called Flight. It's by Pascale Wallin Johansson. It's the second part in the Amargi trilogy. I've talked more about this in my wrap-up of Ribset, so I'll link that in the box below. So yeah, that was the first book I finished. Then I started reading but didn't finish during the readathon, that is. Congo Traces by Christian Unge. But I finished it later in the month. This is the second part in his Africa trilogy. The first part is called the Turkana Report or something like that if you translate it. This is a thriller, or at least it says so up here. It takes place in Sweden, Belgium, and somewhere in Africa that I actually can't remember exactly where. Maybe in Burundi, not sure. But yeah, it's about a doctor. He's called Martin Roykens. He gets a patient here in Sweden that starts talking about Martin's grandfather and father and great-grandfather and their stuff and secrets about them that Martin didn't know, and it starts the whole story, so to speak, and it leads him to Congo, and it leads him to Belgium to talk to his uncle, and there are murders, explosions, stalking, torture, love, grief, Nazis, and stuff like that. So yeah, I gave this 3 stars on Goodreads because I didn't think it was as good as the first one in the trilogy, which I gave 4 stars. But yeah, then I finished this one. I started in September. It's The Hunt for Swedishness by, sorry for pronouncing the name wrong, Kaisar Mahmoud. I finished this in October. It was, the author sort of took several trips around Sweden to find what's typical for Sweden, what is representative of Sweden, what makes you feel Swedish and stuff like that. Yeah, it wasn't exactly what I thought it would be. I thought it would be more personal stories, sort of, but he mixes in facts and stuff like that. So yeah, I gave it 3 stars as well. It was sort of a almost 3-star month. Then I picked up a tween book called Safe Haven. It's the 3rd book in the Creature trilogy by Magnus Nordin. Here we have zombies on the island of Gotland in Sweden. Yeah, in this book it's teenagers who's trying to fight for their lives against the zombies. You get to follow them and see how they try to survive, in short. So yeah, that was that. And then I read an ebook. I will post a picture of the book here because I don't have more than text of it on my e-reader. This is The Sunset of the Sabertooth by Mary Pope Osborne. It's the 7th part in the series called The Magic Tree House. This is for children between 6 and 9 years old. It's a short story, sort of. It's a short story, yeah. About... oh darn. Don't remember the names in English. In Swedish they're called Victor and Hannah, but they've changed them. And I don't remember the English names of the characters in this book. Sorry about that. I should have checked that before I started talking about it. So this one, as I said, is the 7th part. They travel to the Ice Age and meet a shaman and a saber-tooth. And yeah, I really like this series. I gave this 4 stars, I think, in Goodreads. Because I really like it, and it's a good series that mixes in facts. It mixes in information about stuff, and when you read it you don't realize that you learn things until after you read it and sort of start to think about what you've read. So it's a great book for the not source group target group. It's a perfect book for the target group of people. I read it because I started reading it, and now I don't want to stop reading this series yet, but we'll see. It's sort of in the middle of a storyline that follows a couple of the books. So yeah, that was my reading during October. 5 books read, finished in October. I also read 164 pages, 3 pages of Agathe by Marlene van Niekerk. The book is over there on the table and I don't want to go and pick it up because I forgot it. But hopefully I'll finish that one in November. We'll see. So yeah, I'm happy with my reading. Seeing that I'm sort of in a reading slump for the moment. Sort of. 5 books doesn't say reading slump, but I don't feel the urge to read, that's the problem. But I sort of make myself read because I need to get back on the reading train, if that's something you can say. But yeah, sorry about me ranting. Let's wrap this up. So 5 books read, a very good month in that matter. I think it was a normal page count for me this month. I don't know the exact number. But yeah, I hope you had a great month. Comment in the section down below if you rather comment and tell me about what books you read in October. It's always good to get tips on what to read and what you also write, please, what you thought of the book, but no spoilers. I might want to read the book you're talking about. So yeah. Hope you have a great day. Happy reading, people, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!